All right, boys, we back, the three amigos. It's fun doing these episodes because we don't do them often. You know, a lot of times we have guests, but we've been listening to the feedback and to some of the, the improvements we could do. And one thing we heard was that, hey, I love when you guys interview guests, but I also want to see more of the boys.
We're honored.
I mean, when we again, any feedback, any criticism, we're we accept it with open arms. But to hear that, it makes me feel good, and I know we got more content we could bring the people. So
we could go for days and days.
Yeah. So let's get to it, boys. Oh, go ahead, Drew.
I think the fact too that we don't do it often, we really get excited for it. So I feel like the episodes just always come out like much more impactful, I guess, when people see it.
Yeah, definitely. more impactful, and it's like I feel like, not to say we don't have fun, we have guests on, but when it's us three, I feel like the riffing really is good.
Yeah, for sure. You let your hair down a little more,
No doubt, boys. Yeah. So with that being said, this is officially episode 25, Within Range, with your boys Dalmon, Jared Suter, and the Ear God himself. And guys, we got an awesome one today. I'm stoked about this one. We are doing our top songs to get the party started. Okay. I think it's a fun category. I think it's a category that a lot of people can relate to because it's not like just strictly hip hop. It's not going to be strictly anything. I think each of us are going to shock each other with what we got, and I think people are going to respect our music inclinations after this.
I certainly hope so. I mean, I feel like we should talk about like how we approached it. Like, so I lean hip hop in mine, but obviously I've got some outside of that because it's a party and everyone needs to be included. And these are songs, for me, a party starter it's a balance, right? Like there's some that everyone knows, and they're kind of party songs, but they're so cheesy. It's like you wouldn't want to throw them there. But you also, and then there's songs that are like better party songs potentially, but part of a good party starter is that everyone knows it and everyone gets excited.
Yes, thank you.
So you got to balance that equation with a party starter. It's not, which one do you gets you the most hype, because the one that gets me the most hype would probably offend 95% of the population, So
Okay.
that's how I approach mine.
I like that, man.
Yeah, that's a very interesting gauge compared to what I went through. I think mine was more, what would be the top 8 songs that I would play, and what were the top songs that I've played at parties before and got a reaction out of. Mm. So I guess it's some bit of what you've said, Jared, but also for me, I think I also like playing stuff that people don't really know, but I know it kind of fits the mood. And so if you can get a reaction out of people, or at least one or two people come up to you and say, hey, what was that song called? Or if people just generally have a reaction to it, I feel like that's when you know you have a really good taste in music.
Totally. When you see him whip out the, it used to be Shazam, now Siri does it, so I guess showing my age there. But yeah, when you see him whip that out or something like that, yeah, it was always nice. Yeah. I've only gotten a couple times, but when you get handed the aux at like a larger function and you get the one person that comes up to you and is like, hey, what was that song?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I got you, man.
That's always good when someone wants to replay what you just played for them for the first time.
Yeah, and if it's a guy asking you, he's swallowing his pride to an extent. Because if he's asking, he cares enough about music, and if he cares enough about music, he's going to be a little disappointed he didn't know it. I mean, it depends on the situation. Obviously, there's no shame. You always got to ask.
Never.
Yeah.
No shame in the game.
Got to do it.
For me, boys, if I just sum mine up, people would assume it probably leans more hip hop, which I would say it does, but it's, I would say it's a little more old school focused. I think a lot of my songs are or would be universally accepted at a party.
Yes.
Meaning, depending on the type of party, you put these on, and I figure, no matter what race, no matter what you look like, you're probably going to get down to a lot of...
No matter the age. I'm picturing this as like, and this is not this could be a bad thing, but it's not, because I'm saying it sounds like your wedding reception music, like the kind that everyone's going to be happy. Not wedding reception music, but your wedding reception music. Yes. That will be, I feel like you wouldn't even want a DJ. You'd want to just curate your own playlist, fade them in, fade them out. Don't let someone else muck it up.
Listen, when both you guys, attend, which both of you will, just know that the playlist and the songs are going to be dictated already. So
I figured.
All right, so boys, how we doing this again? Let's break it down. So we're gonna do it snake style. So Jared's actually gonna set us off today. Snoop Eastwood's gonna bless us to start. I'm gonna go second, and Drew's gonna go third. We're gonna start with our honorable mentions, and then go 5 up to our number ones.
Let's do it, man. All right. So like I said, you want to straddle that line of people know it, and it's across age groups, anything like that. But I felt like this one might be a little more cheesy, and there's one on my list that you could argue is similar, but I got my own argument for it. But this is one I think everyone knows, and it's one of those, right from the intro, you hear it. Teen drinking is very bad.
Yo, but
I got a fake ID though. Tipsy by Jaquan, gonna be start off my honorable mentions.
Wow.
It's one that's just like, okay, it's a little bit like, okay, we know that one, of course, it's on a lot of playlists, but it is good. It's excellent.
Oh.
It's awesome. It's a great intro. It's one that gets people excited right from the jump, and then they enjoy the whole song. Another key element of a party song. Can't be the hook a minute and a half into the song that gets people going, right out of the gate. They got to hear it and it goes.
Yeah, sorry. And now you got me thinking about that song because I haven't thought about it in so long. So now I'm like, man, what a great track to
But
pick.
the moment it comes on, you instantly know. All right. You're in the middle, yeah?
No, so go ahead and just knock out your honorable mentions altogether.
Oh, all together?
Yeah. Just knock them out. So all right. So that's
Oh,
what else you
okay.
got?
So I went all hip hop in my honorable mentions,
Okay.
because I tried. Otherwise, they would have been in my top, and I wanted to sneak in some outside of that. But
Okay.
I was gonna go "Birthday Song" by our boy 2 Chainz. All I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe. That's leaning, definitely not
College years,
not the
yeah, sure.
older crowd, but yeah, if the millennials would get it, and millennials and younger, I think everyone's gonna know that one. It just right from the beginning. They ask me who I am and what I do it for. Yeah, right from the beginning,
Great song.
And then the other one, you gotta be careful at this party. Once you use this ingredient that I'm about to tell you about, you gotta be careful because of what it brings. But Grove Street Party absolutely sets it off. Waka, you would know it. Here, hold on, come on. Here,
All right,
see,
go
hold
ahead.
on.
Hey, sorry, I may be a little.
No, it's okay.
inebriated,
It's
but-
okay. You'll
Drew,
know it.
Drew, do you know that one?
No.
Okay, off the top of your head, yeah, I'm struggling a bit, but I know once I hear it.
Hold on. Yes.
Grove Street. I got a whole lot of money. Bitches coming for me. It's a party. Okay.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
There we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. That one.
I thought
that's
that
another
was
one.
called something else.
There's
It's the title that
there's
threw me off, Drew.
he did Hard in the Paint, and then he also did what is it? No
Hey
Hands,
Boo,
like all the he had
Oh,
so
No
many party
Hands.
songs at
Yeah.
that time,
He
dude.
had a
He
lot
was
of-
the
yeah.
king of those party songs. But for me, Grove Street Party is the one. I like other Waka songs more. 50K featuring Gucci, not Ti. I want the Gucci one
50K for sure.
before they beefed, and then he went and redid it with Ti. No, I want the Gucci one. It's the best version. But those are my honorable
2011 to
mentions.
2013, he
Yes.
ruled the radio.
Dude.
Shout out Waka Flocka. And it's unfortunate because I
correct.
didn't appreciate Waka till like probably 2016, 2017. It's weird. It's always the artist that like when they get on, I don't appreciate them as much until everybody's already kind of like, okay, I'm done listening to this.
Yeah.
I've been there, dude. He has a mixtape called Do Flocka Rant, and it's like him photoshopped onto Kevin Durant smashing a dunk through. I was just like, how the fuck do you not like this guy? It's impossible not to like Waka. And then there's the video of him at his concert with there's the lady doing the sign
language
interpretation.
Yeah, that
and he has
shit's
no
wild.
idea what she's doing, and he just thinks she's just absolutely going hard, probably like throwing up some like weird gang sign or something. And he's like, yeah, dude, you're killing it. And she's just like, yeah, I'm just doing my job, dude.
That's
Yeah,
where he
just
walks in with the mic,
translating your song.
right?
Yeah, and he's like right at her, like, yeah, you're getting it. And she's like, yeah, I'm literally just translating this.
I just thought she was winging out.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, that's it, boys.
Strong list, man. Strong honorable mentions.
Appreciate that.
And that's how I'm gonna start mine is by saying like putting this into a top 5, boys. I don't know how y'all felt, but like it was tough.
Well, it's like, I mean, you can't party just 5 songs, so we each have our own probably 3 to 6 hour function playlist like ready to go. So paring that down to the top 5, come on, dude. And then appearing to like across audiences, it's not easy.
It's tough. So I'm gonna start mine off with an old school throwback, and so some may know that I am a fan of karaoke, and typically I'm not gonna go up when I do karaoke and sing. So I'm gonna do a rap song, but I want to do a song that I know an older crowd especially may be able to relate to, may be able to understand. So the Humpty Dance is your chance to do the hump. Listen, okay? R.I.P. Shock G, okay?
Wow, okay.
Digital Underground, Humpty Hump, okay? All right, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you used to. Once got busy in a Burger King bathroom. I mean, it's just, it's a classic, man. And I don't know, just when that comes on in the intro, I feel like people just, they may lose their shit. I don't know.
I have not thought about that one in a long time, dude. That one's, I'm picturing you doing that at karaoke too.
Dude,
yeah,
yeah.
yes.
Dude,
Yes.
come on. How are you not dancing to that as soon as you hear it?
Yeah, you know the era when you hear those drums too. It's unmistakable.
Yeah, man. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, Humpty Hump. That was hard. Left it off. Second one, I'm going Back That Ass Up by Juvenile. Quick story, real quick. I was just in New Orleans for my birthday. Thank you, Drew. And our second Uber driver. By the way, Southern hospitality is a real thing. And New Orleans, Louisiana, had some of the nicest people I ever met in my life. Uber driver gets in the car. Nikki and I are on the way to the Fried Chicken Festival in North New Orleans. Little did we know that DJ Manny Fresh was doing a set.
Oh my God, that's something you would look into on a vacation, dude. Just attracting it to you, the law of attraction.
Yeah, dude. So we found that out, right? So we tell the Uber driver, yeah, we're going to the Fried Chicken Festival, and supposedly Manny Fresh is performing. She goes, yeah, he just did another performance recently I was at, and let me tell you, as soon as the doom, she goes, as soon as that dropped, she goes, the asses were shaking. She said,
"That's amazing."
She
dude.
said
yes,
immediately with the
done.
she goes, the asses started popping.
100%. Yeah, it's like a Pavlovian dog response, like where that's the one where he rings the bell and it would make the dog salivate. It's just like you hear the dun dun, and all of a sudden people are they're gyrating and they can't explain why, dude.
Yes. All right, so yeah, Back That Ass Up Juvenile. All right, I'm gonna knock these last two out real quick. Up in here,
dude.
Okay. Listen, DMX, my boy, one of the greatest ever. That song right there, it was hard for me, boys, to leave that one off the top 5.
It was I unfortunately left it off my honorable mentions too, but it's on the list. It's on there as an alternate. And for me, I first heard that song. It's in the Gone in 60 Seconds remake, the one with Nick Cage and Angelina Jolie. It's when they're stealing the Hummer. Mm-hmm. I loved Hummers as a kid. I loved DMX. I heard that song when that scene when he's driving the Hummer. I was like, this is probably the greatest song of all time. I don't think anything's going to top this.
And in the video, he's like coming out the plane. He's like looking all like,
oh, dude, yeah, dude. Yeah, so that's the one where he's,
so hard.
Is that the one he's like, it's like kind of like a
like
heist? It's a heist. Yeah, dude, that's right. It's a heist.
So real quick, my favorite line. Oh, you thought you was raw? Dude, not anymore. And like the gunshot goes off. Drew, please play that in the clip, dude. But yeah, DMX, shout out to our boy. Rest in peace. And then
R.I.P.
Last but not least, this is, I feel like, a newer song, but Bad and Bougie.
Dude, I considered that one too.
Okay.
It's a good, 100%.
Okay.
Yes.
I was,
yes.
Drew, what do you think, man? Because not to say I was on the fence about that, but I'm like.
No, that's absolutely, that's a classic.
Right. Okay, because I feel like you play that no matter what function you're at, people are going to, no matter what age, Bad and Bougie.
Yeah, no, I mean, for the most part. And I remember too, it's funny, I heard that song, saw it on YouTube. I was like, oh, what a dope video, great track, and I enjoyed it, but I think it was like at the Golden Globes or something like that, where Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, and I guess in his acting form, Donald Glover, dude, he was like he like closed out his speech with it, his acceptance speech. He won, and he was like da da da. And he's like, hey, stay bad and bougie out there, or something like that. And that's when that song just absolutely exploded, dude. That took that song mainstream. So because of that, yes, I agree with you. Everyone knows it.
Thank you. You think I left out Bad and Bougie?
You think do it look like I'm left off Bad and Bougie?
Do it look like I left out Bad and Bougie?
Joe Budden being so logical in that too. He's just like, what the? He's like, you're literally not on the fucking song, dude. He's like, it doesn't look like you're not on it.
Yeah, poor takeoff, man.
I think it was
still
just
getting paid from that though.
Subtle nuance, but it's just like phrasing, dude. Just like left off, or why weren't you? Why don't you have a verse on? But left off?
Yeah.
It's like, no, I wasn't left off.
Yep. Man. So that's your boys' honorable mentions.
I love it.
That's a solid one.
That was solid.
Thank you.
Solid. I'm excited to see the top 5 after that.
All right, your guy, what you got, boy?
All right, so my 3 I feel like are completely much more left field. These 3 for me were 2 of them were based on what I've heard at a party before, and just seeing like the interaction of people and just kind of the moment of when I heard it, I was like, okay, this would definitely be in my party songs. And then one of them I played at a couple of parties when I was in Chicago, and everybody was like, yo, this shit's pretty tight. So for my honorable mention, number one is For the Night by Pop Smoke featuring Lil Baby and DaBaby. That was one of the first times I heard Pop. Yeah, that was one of the first times I heard Pop Smoke, and that was like one of the first times I actually started really paying attention to him. And I was just like, yo, this shit's just really dope. And then my number two is Sundown by Jack Harlow. It was off of one of his, I think his second or third mixtape. That was just like, for me, when I first heard the song and then I saw the music video, I was like, yo, this shit's really tight. I want to go ahead and play this at a party. And I think I did play it at a party one time, and everybody was like, yo, this shit just bop. And if you actually hear an interview of him about this song, he directly references the Clips when they made the beat for the song. Oh. So to me, Clips always just had some really dope. I think so. Yeah, it might have been one of the. Yeah. And then number three is Just What I Am with Kid Cudi featuring King Chip. Anytime they do a song together, to me, those are just always party bangers to me.
When I saw Kid Cudi, he was is that Chip the Rip you're talking about?
Yeah, Chip the Rip.
Yeah, Chip the Rip. Yeah, he was there. Bitch, I feel good. Don't I look stupendous? Yeah, he was sick. I don't know that one though.
Drew, talk about left field, man.
Yeah,
I didn't expect those. I'm actually gonna listen to all three. The Pop Smoke one, I'm most familiar with.
Yeah,
but the Jack Harlow one. And
I don't know I don't know Jack.
Okay.
Yeah,
you don't know Jack,
to me, so Sundown was actually the song that got popular. It had a really good run of it becoming popular and getting steam. I think that was like the song that made him start to get a name for himself. So the whole project is called Loose. To me, that's my favorite project that he's done. He had like 5 or 6 songs back to back to back that were just straight bangers, and then that's when he did those songs and they came out as singles. After that is when he came out with What's Poppin', and that was when it took him off into the mainstream. And then for Just What I Am, that came on Indica, the Indica album. And then to me, I always feel like anytime King Chip and Kid Cudi do a record together, especially when it's produced by Chuck English from the Cool Kids, I feel like that always creates a really cool, interesting dynamic. It's like gritty party music, but with like a little bit of a interesting tone of lyrics, especially when Kid Cudi raps about certain things. He always kind of tends to go darker with lyrics, but then it always has this party like feel to it.
Dope.
Yeah. So,
and let me say this: not the first time Kid Cudi, or not the last time Kid Cudi will be on this list.
Ooh, I like that little preview there.
Okay.
Nice. All right, so Drew, you're gonna start us off with your number 5, and then we'll snake it back around.
All right, so number 5 is probably gonna be a little bit of a curveball. I played this at a couple of parties, and it's always been kind of one of those smooth little throw-ins. Is Switch Lanes by Ritz featuring Mike Posner.
Oh yeah, you put me onto that one early, man. That's a great song.
The Switch Lanes I know is Tyga. I think that's Tyga in the Game, isn't it? When I switch lanes, when I'm in that thing.
Yeah, that's
I'm at the window
and
then
Dude, that's interesting because
automatic bang.
I guess when I think of party, it depends on what type of party, but I guess if you're having, because that has like more of like a smooth, soulful kind of vibe. So I guess if you're kind of like posted up at a party,
kickback,
like
is this kickback?
Is that what you were thinking kind of with that, or?
Yeah, so to me, I have different parties that I've gone to, whether if they're more kickbacks, whether if they've been like house parties, you know, after parties from like an event or something like that, or even family parties sometimes of that matter. Sometimes it's not always about people wanting to start dancing because it's not always like the place and time for it, but a lot of times people just want that feel where they can just kind of like vibe out, drink, smoke, and then just kind of all just kind of be able to congregate together, you know?
Okay. I feel that.
Mm-hmm. We got to drop the top 5 bar mitzvah tracks, dude.
We could easily do that. Top 5 quinceañera tracks.
Top 5 quinceañera.
All right, dope. All right, my number 5, kind of a throwback, and I actually got to see these guys perform. Nikki and I went, and they killed it. And actually, their show was pretty funny, and they included a lot of the crowd. But Poison by BBD, Belle Biv DeVoe. Poison. I mean, dude, if I were you, I'd take precaution. I mean, just
I don't know this song.
Oh man, if you heard it, you would know it.
Really?
If you heard it, you would know it. Yeah, I feel like you would. I mean, I don't know.
Man.
I've been to a lot of events. I've been to a lot of, just things. And I feel like that's one that, like, when it comes on, almost everybody kind of knows what the.
I was going to say I was like, for everyone out there, when Dom says like, oh, I've had the pleasure of seeing these people, doesn't do shit to narrow down the list at all. It doesn't really do a whole lot. I was expecting to like know more after that. I was like, oh, no, it's pretty big list.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I don't know that song though.
BBD. And I'll just say real quick about them. So BBD, just a little bit of history lesson. They were New Edition, and then the group kind of broke up. Ralph Tresvant went his way. Bobby Brown obviously did his own thing, but Ricky Bell, Michael Bivins, and Ronnie DeVoe formed BBD, and they had, I know, at least one album. I don't know if they did any more after that, but that one, had some classic joints on it, but by far Poison was probably the best on that one. So,
Dude, okay.
Jared, you'll definitely know like the drum break. Gotta go.
Yeah.
All right, we'll put it in right now. I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll
So-
definitely remember that one for sure.
Yep.
Is this me?
Yeah, it's you, Jared.
Okay.
Number 5.
All right, so I mentioned when I talked about Tipsy, that's one that straddles, and no disrespect, it's not corny because it's on my list, it's on my honorable mentions, but for me, it was a little more down there. This one, I think you can make the argument. It could get put in that bracket, but for me, it's a notch above, maybe 2. It's elite. It's a song that countless atrocities on the dance floor have been committed to by drunk uncles and aunts at weddings across the country, across the world, probably.
You drunk Thea and Theo?
Yeah, you've probably seen adults as a kid do things to this song on the dance floor that make you really uncomfortable, and I'm talking about none other than Pony by Genuine.
Oh, man.
Well, from
Wow.
again, another one that fits my criteria. From the first half second you hear that do it, you're like, oh, everyone knows that if you're wearing a button up, one button's automatically gone. The second that you hear that baby oil starts, you actually start sweating baby oil instead of sweat too. You get a little extra glisten.
Bro, you know who produced that, right?
No, I don't actually.
Timbaland.
That's Timbo.
That's a Timbaland beat, bro. That was like one of his first bangers, right, Drew? Like one of his first big songs.
It was one of the first handsful, yeah.
Yeah.
Drew, you might be the one to know. What in God's earth do you call that noise?
So I did some research. It was a really old synthesizer that had a couple of different voices where it could emulate like a person's voice, and that's what it was. There's actually
It's
a
got
couple
belch
of,
attributes to it. If I'm not, I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds like a digitized like rave belch is what it sounds
Yeah.
like to me. You know?
Yeah, there's actually
term for you.
somebody on YouTube that actually recreated that sound using an actual like a VST on the computer. So I'll see
Drew
if I
would
can
know
send
that.
you the link to that. Yeah.
I've always been fascinated because you hear variants of that in electro house, dubstep. Like you'll hear that kind of, and it's a wild noise, dude. But the moment you hear that, dude, come on, man.
I have a quick personal story about that. Rest in peace to my mom. My mom told me the story of how her and my dad, when they were like early on together, were at a party and that song came on, and my mom was like loving it and vibing to it, and my pops was not happy that she was vibing to it.
I mean,
I don't know if it's jealousy, insecurity, Leo, but something was going on in that.
Damn.
And yeah, my mom told me that. So every time I think of Pony, I think of that.
if there was
Pops just
ever going to
getting
be
mad.
a child conceived without even needing to like actually go through the act, it would be just because someone listened to that song, though. So I get it, you know.
Okay.
Everyone's a little pregnant after they listen
Jared,
to
though,
Pony.
seriously, Drew, can we please get a clap for that? Because Jared not only caught me off guard, but what a great.
Oh, dude, and it's just that's one that bridges the gap too, right? Like I said, like you got alcoholic uncles dancing to that at weddings. Grandma gets in it on the wheelchair. The kids like it. Everyone loves that song. It's a hit.
They was hitting the hippie flip.
But we don't know nothing about that.
All right, Jared. So you're number 4, Snake.
My number 4. Okay. This could be a controversial one. I'm ready for it. And I've come ready with terms to negotiate with people should they want to cancel me for this. But I'm giving up a lot here, and I think people are gonna kind of accept this trade deal. The remix to Ignition. It needs to be on the list, okay? So we can't ignore it. That's problematic though, right? Like that's obviously problematic because R. Kelly did objectively like atrocious things. So the terms of this negotiation to not get canceled for this, I'm going to give up I Believe I Can Fly. I'm going to give up the Make It Rain remix. I'm going to give up the entire catalog. But you got to let me keep the remix to Ignition. We can't let this get lost. It's like if we're going to save one thing from them, you could make an argument for I Believe I Can Fly. The remix to Ignition, like,
Such
listen
a great
to
song,
and you know what? It's like, dude, listen to that on a Friday. It's like you just hit the turbo boost. It's good every day, but when you're just like, when you listen to that driving home from work from a job you fucking hate on a Friday, nothing hits like the remix to Ignition, dude. You feel like a star. So, like I said, just to reiterate the terms and conditions here, I'm giving up the entire R. Kelly catalog, countless diamond records we're talking about here, I think.
Easily.
Yeah.
I'm giving it up, but you got to let me listen to the remix to Ignition completely guilt-free.
Okay.
It needs to happen.
Let me just say this.
And I'm sorry, last thing. I put it 4 on the list. It could have been number 1. It could have been number 1. Okay? I put it number 4.
Talk your shit.
Because it wasn't going to be 5.
Hey,
it wasn't going to
you
be
just gotta-
5, but it was going to 4 was it's my compromise. So
So, I says, first off, I back everything that you just said. Okay? Because, again, as much as people, obviously what R. Kelly did and what he's convicted of, I believe it.
Bad.
So, this has nothing to do with that. But if we are talking from a pure music and some of the greatest songs ever standpoint, R. Kelly, I hate to say it, for some of you, he's definitely in that list, bro. I Believe I Can Fly, like you said, dude, is arguably one of the most inspirational and motivational songs of all time.
if I was an actor and I was like having trouble crying for a scene, I'd be like, give me 4 minutes. Go listen, I Believe I Can Fly. I'm getting emotional thinking about that song, dude. And then you just picture little young Michael Jordan shooting in his backyard, dude, on the little metal chain, dude.
Yeah.
You literally can fly when you listen to that.
Yeah,
dude.
a
So,
lot.
but yeah,
Wow.
no. But and that
you can't deny.
all that to say, I'm giving that up just so I can have my Friday afternoon with the remix to Ignition, dude. That's the one.
Jared, dude, you're on fire right now.
Yeah.
I'm seriously like, I'm wowed, bro.
We got more coming, dude.
Okay, man, I gotta follow that up. All right, another hip hop related song. When I think of this song, though, there's a particular scene in a movie that comes to mind.
Oh, I'm ready.
And it's my favorite Robin Williams movie, which is Mrs. Doubtfire. And it's when, unfortunately, Robin Williams, after the party, gets told that his wife's going to divorce him. But his wife shows up, midday, and there's a kids' party going on, and these kids are losing their minds to Jump Around by House of Pain.
This is why I have alternates on my list, because it was in there, Dom. Great choice. Drew, this is mine. He needs a round of applause for that. And that's one a lot of people know. But that's another one where
Good.
is
Pack
it
up,
over?
pack it in.
Let me begin.
I came to win. That don't mean that's a sin. Bro.
Dude,
when those... Oh, by the way, guess who produced it?
That was we know that one. That's the Cypress Hill. Could have been a Cypress Hill beat. I'm blanking on his name right now. Muggs.
DJ Muggs.
Yeah.
Correct. Fact for the Within Rangers out there that keep up with us. DJ Muggs of Cypress Hill produced that beat. Apparently Cypress Hill wasn't feeling it, and House of Pain reaped the benefits of that freaking...
Dude, no disrespect to Cypress Hill, but like, could you imagine hearing that beat and being like, I got nothing for that? Like, wait, it's from, again, another one that fits the criteria. The moment you hear that screech...
Dude.
Shout out to my
undeniable.
Irish brothers too.
Yes,
They are
Boston.
some Boston
boys.
Celtic boys out there. Yeah, man. That's. I mean, did they do much else? I think that's one I need to do a deeper dive on.
Okay,
because
so
I haven't.
their first big album, and that is off it. There's actually, I can't think of the songs off the top of my head, but there are some other great songs.
Okay, we need to check that out because it's like a Boston. Like, yeah, it's like random.
Yeah.
That's a random thing
They were
that
good
happened.
though.
Yeah.
And I'll just say this: my favorite line, dude, on the whole thing. I'll serve your ass like John McEnroe. If your girl steps up, I'm smacking a hoe. A line is so aggressive and so out of nowhere.
Dude, we could do an episode on just the greatness of John McEnroe. Like,
I saw the documentary on Showtime. Did you watch it?
I haven't seen that.
It's brand new.
John McEnroe, just like, for people that don't know,
Johnny
like
McEnroe.
he comes into golf as a gentleman's sport, but I think it's like a little more acceptable to say fuck when you're golfing because everyone gets hit in a bad golf shot. Like, tennis is very stuffy to an extent. And he was in there just, motherfucker!
Yeah, just losing it.
Screaming, breaking rackets. Like, that was paradigm shifting in that sport.
Absolutely.
So he's wild, dude.
Great time. Drew, real quick before you go into yours, Jared, can you please grab me a beer?
Period.
Because I'm having a great time. And Drew's gonna hit us. Drew, you've thrown some curveballs, Drew.
I had another curveball, but I was like, you know what? I got to
Dude.
actually hit one that gets on the dance floor.
Alright,
Not just
yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm gonna
there we
I'm gonna just be feeling and shit.
When you were Dom, when you were like,
Dude.
oh, I don't normally do, if I'm doing karaoke, I'm not normally singing. I was like, man, just picture Dom singing "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion or something.
Listen,
Dude.
if I'm singing, dude, I already know it's like Jodeci, it's Boys to Men, it's oh yeah, kidding me? Those lyrics like fucking no other. All right, Ear God, you're number 4.
This one I had to add to the lineup, had to readjust because Jared was just hitting them with them zingers.
Dude.
This
nigga.
one
Come
I'm
correct,
gonna,
dude. DJ Sweatsuit, you think I'm coming light, dude?
This one I'm gonna throw it back to Timbaland because that man was just the master of getting people on the dance floor with just
Dude.
unique production styles and just really great songs. I'm gonna go with
Get him.
good one down.
Drew, you want to do that again? You want to do it again?
Right.
Let's just edit that, yeah?
No,
Let's just-
no, that shit was funny. Let's keep it in
Okay.
there.
Good, Drew, keep going.
I'm gonna go with "The Way I Are" by Timbaland.
Dude, is that with Carrie Hilson on it too? Is that?
Yeah.
I don't need the G's and the car keys, boy. I like you just the way I.
Oh, okay, I was
Dude,
drawing
that-
a blank for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drew, I'm
Okay.
so glad you.
Wow.
I'm so glad that you put at least anything from that era of Timbaland on there because that was. I think that was a little bit after he did the Future Sex Love Sounds
Is that
with Justin
mid-2000s?
Timberlake. Dude, that was like late. That was late. That was like
Okay.
I would say that was like 2000. What?
That was
Yeah,
the
like
year-
mid to late, like 2000.
That was the year after.
6, 7, 8.
Because we graduated 09, Drew, so I thought it was maybe earlier than that. No.
No, it's 2007. Actually, came out in the same year.
Dude,
'Cause,
Energy
we
with
were
Carrie
we were,
Hill-
so- we were sophomores in we were sophomores in high school. Future Sex Love Sounds came out first, and then Shock Value came out right after that.
Dude, actually, I just realized. I'm gonna say this right now. Sexy Back is not on mine, and that was a
Oh.
that was a
that could've been on there.
colossal.
It was.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
I
was
could have
just-
threw the whole album.
Take it
on
to the
there, and that'd have been-
course.
That'd have been
True,
cool.
Drew. Yeah.
Yeah, they
That track with Jay-Z and Justin Timberlake? Suit and Tie?
yes. Okay, that
dude,
one's sick,
another
dude.
banger, yep.
So Sleeper and Drew, I feel like you might have been on this one because you kind of were on that engineering producing vibe too. Like, what was it? When he did Shock Value, I think it was Shock Value 2. That was the one that had the original Apologize on it. I think with One Republic, and then they did a different version that got radio popular. I think. He did a song with Fallout Boy on there. Shout out Fallout Boy.
That was on
dude,
Shock Value 1.
That was Shock Value 1? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he has a song on there called Kill Yourself. Dude, it's a good angry song. I'll just say that, dude. It's pretty hardcore. But yeah, Timbaland was sick, dude. Sick. And that era of Timbaland was legendary.
Hell yeah.
All respect,
Yeah,
Drew.
I mean, shit. He had that. He had what was the song called? It was called Bounce. That was on actually that and The Way I Are were both on Step Up 2. That was
Dude,
probably
the way I are was
the greatest
that was-
collection of songs for like a dance movie to me, in my personal opinion.
Dude, I can see that.
Yeah, my whole high school was like ranting and raving about that movie.
About Step Up.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah, Robert Hoffman the third. That was my guy right there. Still doing dope shit. Yeah, so The Way I Are was definitely mine. So
All right, Drew. So you're back up again, dude. You're
I
number
like it.
You're number
3.
3.
all right, so my number 3 is definitely opposite end of the spectrum compared to this song. First time I ever heard this song, and I heard it in a club. I was on spring break after our high school year, so it was 2010 spring break. I was in where were we? I'm trying to remember where were we? Fort Lauderdale. I think it was Fort Lauderdale, maybe. Me and my brother went on spring break, and when I heard this song in the club, everybody just went absolutely nuts. And I think it was probably the hottest club track probably for the next 2 or 3 years, and that is "I Don't Like" by Chief Keef.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that one gives you instant shit. I smell shit face. You know, with the,
Yeah.
I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
the
That is
remix
probably
when
the
that
most aggressively, just like everybody comes together and just completely makes a huge wave of just hands and just jumping around and just throwing bottles everywhere and whatnot. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Bottles would be the light end of that party.
Yeah. So yeah, to me, Chicago legend. You got to give him his flowers. He, put on for drill music. He pretty much started the whole movement of drill music. Made it super popular. Now it's considered a worldwide style of music. And then just I Don't Like to me will forever be stamped as like top 100 club bangers of all time.
Do you put it above or below Love Sosa?
No, you can't. You can't put it above.
Above.
I wouldn't.
So
I wouldn't.
From a musical standpoint, I would put Love Sosa above, but from just like a cultural impact,
I like that.
I Don't
can
Like
see
did
that.
way more.
Yeah. Okay, I can see
Also,
that.
too, you got to think Kanye loved it so much that he put it on the Cruel Summer.
Yeah.
That's
album.
very true.
Yeah.
Very true. That's a good point. Yeah, that once they all hopped on there, that was woo.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Is Love Sosa, not to deviate too much, but we'll do this another one. This will be another list. Would be top hip hop intro song, like
Oh
intros.
yeah, we talked about
songs with
that. We're
intros all
definitely gonna
done.
do that.
I don't want to spoil anything, but how would I possibly not
Yeah.
put that on there?
Chief
dude?
Keef.
Always in the barber
Lamb
shop.
rotting them.
Yeah, Chief Keef ain't this. Chief ain't that. He didn't even put in nowhere. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
The best, dude. Love it, Drew.
Man, before I go into my theory, I just want to say, Drew, that you already your set of songs, dude, would be an interesting party, dude. I mean,
I
some
love
of
it.
these tracks, I'm just like, yeah, okay, yeah, I can see that. But then I'm like picturing myself at a party. I'm like, yeah, obviously I like all these songs. So if they came on, it'd be a different vibe. The mix of them,
Dude, imagine, and then Love Sosa comes on, or I Don't Like
Don't
comes
Like,
on like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Woo! I'd be ready.
I watch too much music videos. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
We suffer from that disease. What
All
you
right.
got, Tom?
So my number 3 could have easily been my number 1. I actually moved it around a couple times in the top 5. Never went past number 3 though. But you could argue it's a one-hit wonder. Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison. Again, I just feel like it's a universally known track. As soon as it comes in, come on. All right. Dude, such a vibe, bro. That dude, the word that comes to my mind is vibe, man. Listen, I could be driving, I could be cleaning my house. Dude, it's just such a great song. Arguably, what you could argue it's one of the greatest songs of all time. I think Drew's maybe said that before.
I will arguably
Okay.
say that it's literally the greatest
Dude,
song of all time.
Dude.
I-
And listen, that's a
No,
joke.
no,
If
yeah.
you're at a party, okay, let's just say like, not to say the party's lulled or whatever, but like, everyone's kind of talking, chit chatting, and then somehow, some way, the fucking Return of the
Just throw
Mac
that in
comes
there,
on.
yeah.
That song is so smooth it makes anything smoother and look cool. You could do the Carlton while that song's on, and you'd still actually be pulling something off, which is not. You can't be doing that normally, but. I mean, yeah, there's a reason, dude. Those Burger King commercials are iconic too, dude. With the king
Yes.
dancing to it. Yeah, that song is just like it's just one of the smoothest,
Bro.
coolest songs ever. Makes anything you're doing sound better, more fun.
Yes.
Makes you feel better.
I'll just say my favorite line from that. It's short, but it's when he goes, once again. It's like Return of the Mac. Once again. I'm just like,
Once again.
He's telling you that he's already been here before.
Yeah.
dude.
And you're just picturing you almost
Mine's
almost
actually the
picture
one
him having
afterwards
3 of
says after
himself as
that.
backup singer.
What
Which
is
one?
it? What does he say after that, Drew?
He goes, you're like, once again, return up, bump up the world.
Yes, dude. All right. So yeah, that was my number 3, man. Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison.
All right, that's a good one. I had a feeling that one would be on there. I know how you feel about that song. Out of respect, I didn't put it on there for me. I couldn't have done that to you. So
You could have.
I could have, but okay. So I got one here, and there's an important distinction I have to make here. But we're talking about party songs, and this is one that leans towards a little bit younger generation. It's still, still old millennial song, but "Pursuit of Happiness," Kid Cudi, and I'm talking
That was
specifically
gonna be on mine.
It was.
Nice.
So
It
for
was
me,
gonna be
that's
on there, yeah.
that's my favorite version. I like the original, the Kid Cudi Rat-a-Tat one, but that Steve Aoki remix be hitting. like the one from Project X. You seen that movie?
Yeah,
That one,
great movie. That was a cultural phenomenon.
That's one that you put on, and it's you're probably gonna see some people start moving.
Yeah.
You know, like you're gonna have a hard time. Like that's a pretty electric combo of Kid Cudi and Steve Aoki too on that remix. But the original, again, my favorite. But if I had to like gun to my head at a party, I'm probably putting on the Steve Aoki one and hoping nothing breaks in that house.
Wow. Nice, Jared. So number
That's
3.
a
All
really
right.
good
So
one.
what's your number 2?
I had to go electronic music on this one again, but I'm going to finish with rap. But I had to go, for me, just this one was more of a personal one. I put 4 on here for the culture, for what I felt best represented it, but this one was for me. Sandstorm.
Oh,
legendary.
Yeah, dude,
just legendary.
One of the first techno type songs
because
I
it's
heard.
the techno song.
It is.
It's
dude,
the one.
I still remember it to this day when I first heard it.
That's one where you hear the siren come in. Dee, dun, 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 dun.
Yes, dude.
That does something to. I wasn't personally in a fret. That does something to all people, but that does something in particular to high school guys in locker rooms getting absolutely hyped up and just losing their minds, and it does some very special something to frat boys from what I've seen too. But my Darude story, that song was just like, again, it was one high school sports. We were listening to Sandstorm at some point in the car, right? It came on. My 21st birthday in Scottsdale, Darude was playing in Old Town. We got a table. We went to go see him. My roommate at the time ended up going up and being like, "Hey, it's my roommate's birthday. Can you da-da-da-da?" A shout out from the man that made the song would have been enough to make my 21st birthday.
Easily.
Let alone the lights dim in the club. All the music cuts. Darude gets on the mic and says, "Hey, I just want to give a big birthday shout out to my man Jared in the bag. Jared, happy birthday. This one's for you." And then he dropped one of the greatest songs ever made by this civilization.
Wow.
Sandstorm.
Wow.
Electric, dude. It was one of the most electric moments of my life. That was how I became 21. It was a special one.
Man, that's monumental.
Sandstorm, dude. The video's absolutely hilarious. Probably the most 90s techno outfits you could ever see. It's like the super slick, like Oakley ones, and he's wearing like a yellow jumpsuit, and he's running from it's like just like basic like a hacker running from Men in Black. Oh, it's so bad, and that makes it so good. So
man, for your 21st, that's
it was epic,
pretty,
dude. Hey, you're gonna give
epic.
a big birthday shout out to my man Jared in the back, and then Sandstorm drops.
Oh god.
I got kicked out of that club like 30 seconds later. That's a real story. And then I walked up to the bouncer like probably 20 seconds later and was like, "Hey, me and my friends just spent like well over $1,000 in there." That was a lot in college.
Oh,
that was a lot. I was like, "We just spent like well over $1,000 in there." I was like, "Is it cool if I go back in?" And I was like way more calm. He was like, "Yeah, let me back in." And he was like, he bought it. So that's let's see what Jared won. Bouncers 1,000.
Nice. Epic, bro. Okay, so my number 2, I don't know why. I don't think people think it's corny, but I look, this is a song like we talked about. If you're at a bar mitzvah, you're at a quinceañera, you're at a barbecue, this comes on, everyone I feel like would know it and just turn up, and it's Usher featuring Lil Jon and Ludacris. Okay? I mean, just arguably an all-time like wedding song. I think it's played at every wedding probably that's ever been since that song came out. Maybe.
It would set the natural world out of order if this wasn't on some this is on every party playlist. It like predates. It's like I think the Romans had it on their playlist and we just have our own version of it. But like this song is just synonymous with a party of any kind, for any age, anything.
You want a lady in the street, but a freak in the bed. She said, "That's my favorite."
Yeah,
dude. For me, it's the end when it's Usher got the beat to make the booty go.
Usher,
take that, rewind it back. Lil Jon got the beat to make your booty go.
And we talk about combos. Usher, Lil Jon, and Ludacris. Is that not one of the best combos of all time?
It's crazy because they each ruled the game separately. At one point or another, you know what I mean? And it was almost like, I'm trying to think of that time. Like that was almost like
Drew, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to say 2005.
I think it was a 4
earlier. That was 2003, my dog. We were in
3.
7th grade.
That's Hey Ya. That's Hey Ya
Yeah,
territory, dude.
and I will say this: I know exactly why. Because if anybody that is listening to this that lives in Portage, Indiana, and you went to Willow Creek Middle School, you knew I was dominating the dance floor, me and Chris Mendoza, to this song.
Let's go.
Dude, I'm picturing that, Drew, and then all of a sudden you hear "From the Window."
Oh, that was playing. That was
That
definitely
was
playing.
Oh,
Yep,
100%.
That was in the mix for sure.
100%. 100%.
Another song that could have made the list.
But that one was,
Yeah.
see, that one's too obvious. That one
Yeah.
was, for some reason, is another one where it's like, yeah, it's on every playlist, but as you said, it's Usher, Lil Jon.
I'm just
and
thinking
Luda.
straight parties, man. I'm thinking like, let's just say like again, the parties kind of died down, and you like, okay, how can we kickstart this shit? And you drop one of those.
Dude, the all-timer with Hitch, too, when they're
Oh,
dancing
yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like once it was on the Hitch movie, that's when you kind of knew it like moved culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, the white people were like, well, Will Smith seems to like it.
This is home.
Yeah.
Stay here.
Dude, but the Kevin was it Kevin James? The
Yeah.
Kevin James dances on that
Yeah.
one. He's like, Q-tip, throw it away. Need the pizza. And then what does he do? I think the other one was the grocery store. He's like, go to the grocery
Yeah.
store. Get the items. Push the cart. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one, man. Shout out Eva Mendes.
Eva Mendes play.
Oh, is she in that? I didn't know.
You're God. You're up.
All right, my number two. Anytime I've heard this play, the girls always get up on the dance floor, start moving, then the guys start following. And this is just an overall great song to me. It is "Let Me Blow Your Mind" by Eve and Gwen Stefani.
Damn,
Okay.
that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
And
That's
that is one the ladies would appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Eve is one that it's just like, why does Missy Elliott outshadow Eve so much from that era to the masses,
Well, Missy-
masses? You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people, I feel like maybe they give her credit now, but back then I don't think Missy got the credit she really deserved. I feel like people may appreciate her
Yeah.
now, but
I could see that.
Dude.
People are like a little more endeared to it now,
Man.
like with like Lose Control. I
she
could see
was
that.
legendary, man.
Yeah,
Well,
damn.
I'll
So
tell
that
you
was
exactly. Yeah, I'll tell you exactly why, Jared. Missy was a standalone because she kept redefining music through each project, and every like hot song she would come out with kind of like redefined music videos, and it redefined dance music, and it redefined hip hop and culture. With Eve, she made really good songs, but I think because of her ties to Rough Riders as being the first female artist from Rough Riders, because of that street element that she was pretty much attached to, it was really hard for her to jump in the mainstream. This was actually the song that made her into the mainstream. Dr. Dre actually produced the song, and then when she asked Gwen Stefani to be a part of the song, she wanted to be a part of it, but nobody on the record label was like, this is not going to work. This is not going to hit. And so somehow, some way, she got them to let her be a part of the song, and it became a smash hit of that year. But I still feel like she didn't have enough hit records, or she didn't move culture enough in a way. But I feel like from a rapper standpoint and a female, I think she definitely deserves to be on the list of like top rappers in the female category for sure.
100%. Yeah, I would agree. Man, she also did Rich Girl with Gwen Stefani. You guys remember? If I Was a Rich Girl. I think that was off
Yeah,
Gwen
that was-
Stefani's album. Yeah.
I just thought of something. Missy Elliott is like the female Busta Rhymes.
She is?
I don't know.
Just because was she big?
Well, it's just like now that I'm thinking about Missy, like her style of flow and how it's kind of like.
Because I
it
could
be-
get to know ya.
It's like- it's like
Don't ya.
Busta Rhymes
Okay,
ish.
100%.
Okay, do you-
100%.
if I just
100%.
talking-
If I could get to know ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay.
That sounds Busta-ish, yeah.
Again, I'm a little
Like if
inebriated, but-
Busta like had a wife and rapped with her, yeah, that's
Yeah,
what she
dude,
would
like,
sound like. She
right?
would be. It would be Missy Elliott. Okay, 100%.
All right.
That just came to life in
It
my
just-
brain.
Okay.
It took me a
came,
sec, but
it came
no,
in my
yeah.
brain. I was like, but
Well,
do Drew and
dun,
Jared,
dun, dun,
would the
dun,
people
dun.
understand what I'm saying?
And even and they had that same era of
Probably
with the fisheye lens of
Oh,
music video
yes.
too. I
Yeah,
could see them both in
Busta's
that,
on.
dude. Yeah,
Show hands where your eyes can see.
yeah, that's a good one. So that was Gwen Stefani, fresh off No Doubt too. She was fresh out of that, or I think she wasn't still in that at that point, was she?
Stefani.
Gwen
She
Stefani's
was fresh
the
off of
shit,
No
dude.
Doubt.
Yeah, fresh out. Yeah.
All right, Drew.
It's my
your
life.
numero uno.
All right, my numero uno.
Are we
I'm
getting
gonna
a drum
have to-
roll?
Yeah,
We need a
hold on.
Drum roll.
This is a big moment. This is folks. This is the number one song that someone with a platinum with a plaque, okay, with the plaque, okay, is putting on at the function Heed his advice, okay?
Let's go.
No, this one's gonna throw you guys another one to the left.
Oh, here we go. Ear God special.
Do you believe in love after love? No, just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yo, that should have
I
really
can
been.
feel something. That one gets
is
the
a
fucking
slap,
people
dude.
going,
Yo,
dude.
listen, that's a
Yo,
slap.
that-
If you
that
say
should've
that
been-
song, ain't
That
a
gets
slap.
some people going.
Bro, that should have been my number one, just for the sake of like
Can't
throwing
believe
it
you
way
just
left
threw
field.
that out there.
Bro, number one songs that make me want to go like
Damn.
this, too. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? That I
Shout
can
out Cher,
feel
though.
something.
Dude, great song, dude.
Hey, without sharing that song, there would be no T-Pain. Just saying.
Wait, is that a thing? Is that like there's a story?
Yeah,
behind that?
there's a series on Netflix, and one of the episodes, it's basically about certain things that move culture, at least in music, and one of the episodes is T-Pain and his relation to autotune. It was that song that made him try to go on this like 2.5 year search to find what that sound was, and he found that it was autotune, and therefore that's what we know T-Pain is today.
Cher, dude,
Ear
Cher.
God-
Can
ear
we get a
God
round
with
of
the
applause
facts.
for Cher, dude?
Yeah.
Legendary.
I wish she was Madonna. Madonna creeps me out. Cher's less creepy than Madonna.
Yeah.
So
All right.
it's not
Is this-
Cher, unfortunately, but
Okay.
it is a female. But it is a female
It is a
as my
dude.
top choice. This one, shout out to my mom. She's the one that showed me this song, and it will forever be one of the greatest party starting songs of all time, in my opinion. Every time I've ever played it at a party, everybody loves it. It's universally loved. Can't say necessarily it's the best dance song, but it just gets everybody moving, and that is Family Affair by Mary J. Blige.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
What else do I even say to that? It's like almost the mark of a good one, you know, where
Well,
it's like, it's just like, yeah, it
and-
needs to be on the list.
Yeah, and Mary's just the queen, man. I mean, she reigns supreme. All the so as far as I know, all the other
She's a queen?
female.
For real? She's a queen?
Drew.
She's a singer for you too, right? Yeah.
She's the queen of R&B, in my opinion. She's got a catalog like no other. She's sold tons of records. She's an incredible live performer, and the fact that she still did her shit at the Super Bowl with Dr. Dre, Snoop, Kendrick, she absolutely blew everybody away, and it did win an Emmy, I think it was, or a Golden Globe. I think it was an Emmy. Yeah, I think it won an Emmy. She just proves time and time again that, she is superb at what she does, and she's an incredible singer. I can't remember who wrote that record, but just that record is classic to me. It'll be always in an archive of mine of just party music, great songs to listen to, and just the production of it is just so crisp.
Nice. All right. Okay, boys. So my numero uno.
Another big one. This is, again, folks, this is Dom we're talking about here. The
okay.
man that keeps a list ready on him like an Old West freaking sharpshooter.
I wish
Okay, he
someone
keeps
would-
it on the keep.
I wish someone would test me, Jared. at any
I wish
time,
too. I'd love to see it,
you
but
know?
yeah, what do we got, dude? I'm
All right,
ready.
man. So some will definitely call this a one-hit wonder, and that's valid. But if it is, it may be the one-hit wonder. This is how we do it,
Damn, that's a good one.
dude.
That's a
Montel
really good one.
Jordan. This is how we do it. Okay, let me tell you this, dude. You name a crowd, a party, a function, and that song plays, and someone doesn't know that.
Well, they're getting kicked out.
I mean,
They're not staying.
dude, to me, it's just the ultimate party starter, dude. It's a vibe from the jump. And dude, I went back and listened to it today when I was like folding laundry because I knew we were doing this today. And bro, he serenades you before he starts. He goes, huh, huh. And I
He's
said,
just getting in tune, dude.
I said, Montel was serenading these motherfuckers before he dropped the shit. I said, oh, no, he did not do that, dude.
He's trying to soften us up, dude.
I
He's trying to
see-
give us a little musical foreplay, dog. Come on, man.
Dude.
Man, got us out here questioning ourselves, dude. Come on, man. Doesn't that sound like that's like Mac Morrison's son made that song? Doesn't that sound like you could mix that into it perfectly, right? Imagine
Oh
those
my
two songs
God,
back to
that's
back. That's the
great,
1-2
dude.
right there,
Bro.
dude. Those two together, come
Dude,
on, man. They're perfect. It's perfect. It's a
You
perfect.
just literally
mix, dude.
named the two greatest one-hit wonder songs of all time.
Hey,
Dude,
listen,
yeah.
listen. This is no Google, people. Okay, this is straight. I don't want to put on like Drew. I respect that you said that to me, but like this is all just like I just know that these are party starters, and I know that these are some of the greatest songs of all time, and your boy does not have to Google this.
I love that it's so self-explanatory too. It's just like, well, what do we do to this song? And then it's like, no. This is how we do it.
Yes.
You know?
This
It's just
is
simple.
how
We
we
do.
do.
It's like,
Dude,
what is he teaching us how to do?
Doesn't it?
It's if you have to ask, dude, you fucking don't know. That's a problem, dude. You're not gonna.
And I almost want to go back and see if you got to think if he did that, there's got to be, not to say as close of a good song, but he probably had at least one more.
Lightning in a bottle, dog. Lightning in a
think-
bottle, dude. He got it one time and he was like, fuck. What else can I show them how to do? And he was literally there was nothing. It was just this. That was the only thing. All he could show him was this.
Wow. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
I think we need a round of applause for that one.
I mean,
That's
he's had a
amazing.
couple.
Thank you, man. Man, this has been a fun episode, people. I mean, I knew I was going to have a blast with this one. Man.
All right, my number one.
Uh-oh. We
This one maximized. So, again, I have a little bit of a mathematical mind, right? This one maximized my function of selfishly, what do I love? Like, what song just gets me absolutely going? What song do people know? And yeah, just the overall just quality of the song. So I did have to choose. It was actually really tough for my top one. And now now the other one that was going to be top one isn't even on the list. So that's how mine works. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like single round elimination.
Okay.
The two number one seeds battled it off, and this is the one that came out. But an artist that it features was the sole proprietor of the other track. But we're talking about none other than "Buy You a Drink" by Mr. T-Pain, dude. For me, this song coincided with me getting one of my, if not my first, one of my very early iPods. Could have been a Nano, and
from the
Shadae is like, wait, we don't actually know that he's saying that. I would love to look up the lyrics. Like, does it just say Shadi? Because it's not what he says. He says Shadae. It's like he's declining it. He's like, oh yeah, laudo, laudas, laudamos. He's like Shadae, Shadae. But there's just so much to go on here. So with the iPod, dude. I don't know if anyone remembers early iPods, but they had like early games and shit.
Bricks,
oh
right?
yeah. And then they had like games and shit on them. But one of the like rudimentary features they had was a play count. So you could see, imagine being an adult, right? And you saw fucking tapes, records, 8 tracks, and then all of a sudden this little box plays any song you want and it counts how many times you've listened to it. Like, that's like the most base computer function that a kid's writing in like a level 1 programming class in college now, but that was like the shit at the time. But I digress. The reason I bring that up is because I was hyper fixated on the play counts when I was a kid, and I swear to God, I think I was at like 150, probably pushing 200, I think by like 3 to 4 days after I paid 99 cents for that bad boy on iTunes, because I was
repeat.
Dude, it's Jock. Yeah, Jock absolutely kills that verse. That combo, I would have never, as an A&R, I would have
to kill your sensation.
He says, lick your lips, I get a tingling sensation. The passion through the sex, all in the atmosphere. I'ma let T-Pain sing it so he can make it clear. I'ma buy you. Like, if you watch Parks and Rec, Tom Haverford references this song. Like, there's just so many, like, Buy You a Drink it does favor heavily like a millennial audience. I'll give you that. But for the audience it hits,
wow,
you don't have an option. It's like a legal obligation. You're going to do something. You're going to party. You're going to move when you hear Buy You a Drink.
It's a great number one.
I just want to say the flip side of that coin, just because they're right up there with me. It's Going Down by Young Jock too.
Ooh,
that was up there.
Meet me in the trap.
Another one that I love because it's self-explanatory. It's like, what's going down?
It's going down,
dude. What's it?
Whatever you want it to be.
Don't ask me that, dude. Don't ask me what it is.
What I did love about that song too, it had that "It's Going Down" bop to it. If you hear like the drums and the way the sequence, they had that.
Bad Boy South.
That song probably gives Soulja Boy a Run for His Money on the ringtone money, because it was like it's
Oh,
going
I
down,
think
and
I
then
had it as a
crank that
ringtone.
Soulja Boy and Kiss Me Through the Phone. I feel like those were like top 3 ringtone. Dun, dun. I definitely had It's Going Down as my like.
Yeah.
I think I said it as my text tone, which like in modern day would be so fucking obnoxious. But back in the day, just the novelty of having a song that you liked play on your phone was so sick every time a text came in.
Man.
Yeah.
So what would be? Would be Crank That. Then it would be
Superman.
Buy You a
man.
Drink. Then what would be number 3?
Man.
For ringtones?
It's going.
Ringtone?
Yeah.
Oh, I think It's Going Down to even beats Buy You a Drink. I'm trying to think. Man, I think it was. And then Kiss Me Through the Phone was because it was Soulja 2, and then it was like phone
I
based.
remember I had
Kiss
I'm
me
a
through the
hustler.
phone.
I'm a hustler,
you had
homie.
that?
I'm a hustler.
Why is that so dumb, dude?
I don't know. I was like 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah,
That was
dude,
the-
the 8th
that
grade.
was
I'm
the-
a hustler.
That was
I'm a
eighth grade.
hustler.
That was, you remember, Drew?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
dude.
8th grade for sure.
Slinging packs of
Dude,
Hubba
bro,
Bubba
that
in
shit-
the
that
yard
shit's
and
fire.
baseball cards.
Man, boys.
That was when Cassidy was actually dope.
Cassidy was. Listen, if you weren't
Bro,
if
he
you
was-
weren't fucking with Cassidy back then, what were you doing, dude? Cassidy was the real deal, and still arguably one of the best freestyle rappers of all time.
No,
Wow,
I
that's
disagree.
Oh, okay, all right.
I
That's
disagree.
another-
If
another
you listen
topic.
to any of his most recent stuff,
No, I haven't.
yeah,
I'm going off. I'm going off.
You'll be
05, dude.
okay. Hey,
That's
that's
crazy
Hey,
'cause
I'd rather stay. I'd rather stay
Yeah.
living in that moment and never
Yeah.
listen to the new shit. Because
My Cassidy, hasn't left 2005, dude. All right,
All right, cool.
That's
Hey,
where he
that-
lives and will stay forever.
It's crazy you say that because you showed me this. You showed me this, Dom. But Shia LaBeouf's the greatest freestyle of all time, dude.
You can argue that. You can also argue that Tangelo man,
Yeah.
who didn't spit on our episode, is a great freestyle artist. But boys, if I must say, for an episode 25, we're 25 episodes into this. This seems to culminate where I'm at. I'm gonna take a moment here, and you guys please chime in. But man, this has been a journey. This has been a ride. It's been better than I could have expected. I feel like the feedback's been good. I feel like we're tapping into things we didn't even think we'd be tapping into. And to, you know, kind of just sum up where we've been, man. This has been good, and we ain't stopping anytime soon.
On the subject of not stopping anytime soon, I don't want to prolong this, but I got two top 3 bonus lists. I'm gonna just run through really quick. I'm not gonna even explain
Hit
the
'em.
songs too much.
Hit them.
I felt like because I did the party stoppers, we had to show the comical side a little bit. I got my top 3 party stoppers. Okay.
As in, like someone unplugs the music.
As in someone would hopefully do that shortly after any of these came on.
Okay.
Because these are the ones that you put on, and these are the ones that you hear, and it's like the instant eye roll. Number 3 for me on that list, Gangnam Style, one of the most repulsive songs of all time.
Absolutely.
Overplayed, awful. There's nothing. It's like there's like those weird foreign songs that get big too. Like you remember the Maya He Maya, and then Rihanna used that
I
in the
would
song.
listen to that though.
That's what I'm
a
saying.
million
Over
times
Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style
dude.
is a party stopper.
Oh, dude.
For me, I think females would disagree with this one because they love her. But for me personally, if Your Function plays Party in the USA, Miley Cyrus, that
Okay.
one, that's an
Okay.
immediate walkout. And then my number one, Cotton Eye Joe.
You don't fuck with Cotton Eye Joe?
Nothing dries up the ladies like Cotton Eye Joe, dude. I'd have been married a long time ago. Well, you ain't if you're playing that song, dude. That's literally I would put that in there as one of the most obnoxious, awful, worst songs of all time.
Wow.
Cotton Eye Joe by the Rednecks, NEX. Dude, there's nothing about that doesn't make you cringe. Cotton Eye Joe, one of the worst.
All right.
And then my top 3 international party songs
Yeah,
that
hit
you
'em.
could go any country, you put these songs on, people are vibing with you. This one's weird. Alors Home Dance. It's like a French song. It's out there. Just you hear it, trust me, you'll
lost
go.
me.
But the last one's I know Alors Home Dance, but there's here we go. Satisfaction by Benny Benassi,
Oh, okay.
and then my number one, Danza Corduro by Don Omar. You know that song.
I
You
mean,
know that song.
okay,
Dude.
well,
You're gonna make me play that?
Danza
Yeah,
Come on, dude.
Kuduro.
Do you know that one?
Drew,
do
I
you
don't
know this
off
song?
the top of my head.
Yeah, it's Danza Kuduro.
Kudrow. Sorry, my
Oh,
bad. My
Kudrow.
bad. Like Lisa Kudrow. No, I'm
No,
just
no, not
just
that
kidding.
one? Oh, that's cool.
Dom,
This
that's
one,
cool.
Dom.
That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you're talking about. Hey, that's a good one.
Hey,
Anda
keep
linda
that in,
quien
keep
esté
that in.
viendo. Culo.
You know this one? Oh,
Come on,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
That's
I
like
know
an
that one.
instant like.
International.
That's the
Yeah,
family
We're talking about. We're talking. Yeah, I was gonna say, Drew.
That's
We're talking
the
about
Toretto family
quinceañera
song.
songs. Exactly, dude. Fast and Furious.
So, boys, 25 episodes in. It's been a journey. It's been great. I'm honored to do this with both of you. I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for both of you, I wouldn't be doing this.
Right back at you, dog.
You know what I mean? I mean, you guys fuel me to do this. I mean, for those of you who may or may not know, us three, we communicate, we talk, we're business partners, we're friends, we're family. But this is taken on more than I thought it would.
We didn't think we'd be on video episode 25. We didn't think we'd be on video for like the first year we did this. We started in March. So.
Facts.
Yeah.
The growth's been crazy
too.
Yeah. No, the growth's been crazy. The love's been crazy. Like on our front, I just watching us communicate every day, watching how this thing's grown, watching, like I said, the fact that we're on video speaks to it. Like we set a plan and we're not too aggressive sometimes, I feel like, but then we just end up exceeding the expectations. And I think at a certain point, it's just like off to the races,
Man.
And then all the relationships we've been able to build, like,
Huge.
I'm repping right. Go check out Polarity Chase if you haven't
Shout out
already.
Mavericks.
You're way late to the party on that. We got to hear it live on this show,
Nice.
but go check it out if you haven't. But repping people like this, meeting people like Mavericks, meeting people like every other guest we've had on this show, hearing their stories, like it's crazy. Like it's crazy. I didn't think we would get blessed with that at all, and people have been really nothing short of welcoming and generous with their time, money, and effort. Honestly, so we couldn't be more blessed.
Well said, Jared. Dear God, what you got, man?
I think it's been a blessing to build something completely from the ground up with two people that I've wanted to do something creative with for a long time. So the fact that, I was approached not even really to be a part of this, it was more so like, hey, this is an idea that we have. Is there any way that you can help us like build onto it? But as soon as I kind of heard the pitch of it, this very soft pitch of it, I immediately felt like there was something there that I wanted to be a part of. And I was like, yeah, like, let me be a part of it. Like, I want to do this with you guys. And it's funny because I had a whole nother podcast that I was planning on doing like side by side, but then I like completely abandoned that idea and just completely jumped on this shit because number one, it's better to do it two people than to do something by yourself. And then also, I think this was something that I didn't have to take the lead on. It was something that I just got to do something I was really good at, share some ideas, expand on ideas.
Really good at. Really
And then,
good at.
No doubt.
And then not only that, I got to sharpen my skills of specific things that I felt like I needed to work on better. So what better way to, be a part of something that is always going to expect the best of you, but never demand the best from you. It's like you come in when you can, you come in when, what you can provide, and just let us know if it's something that you can't be a part of no longer. But I feel like all of us collectively, we've had our great days. We've had our moments where like,
yeah,
do we still want to keep doing this? Do you want to keep
You're
going?
still
But
half
then-
sick doing this episode right now.
Yeah, I was sick. I was sick for 3 days and missed a couple of days of work. But I wanted to make sure like I came onto this episode because it was going to be a special one. But at the end of the day, I feel like the listeners, the people that have become fans of the show, I think people that are listening that I didn't think that would be listening to our show that would even give a shit. But the fact that they're giving us feedback and really loving of what we're doing, that truly means a lot to us because it really lets us know that the countless hours that we're putting into getting guests together, doing these interviews, all the editing, doing all the content and putting everything out to you guys, really means a lot to us. And the fact is, I feel like we're really only operating at a very small percentage of what we're capable of doing. We all have jobs. We all have lives outside of this. Me and Dom both have kids. So the fact that we really treat this like a full-time job and we try to put the best foot forward. And the fact too, that you guys both go to different events, you guys show support to the artists that have come onto the show. It's just amazing how, when we first started out, we had to find guests, but now we're getting just a boatload of people that are asking us to get on the show. And we haven't even really like settled in the fact that like there's more people and people that are like out of our wildest dreams that we could potentially get on this show, that we just haven't been able to really set foot on that, because we're like very focused on the people that are reaching out to us, that are showing us a lot of love. So we want to make sure we're kind of reciprocating that. But I think the most important thing that I'm really proud of was we didn't build a podcast. We built a brand, and that brand is starting to just ease its way into many different circles of people, and people are recognizing the brand and recognizing the people who are behind the brand. And I think that's just something to be proud of.
Man.
Well said, dude. Well said. That brand's love, just authenticity, all the same thing we talk about with our artists. I feel like that's like, not to toot our own horn, but that's what we approach this from, you know, like that list. We don't have these contrived lists. We're not trying to get at anybody. We certainly shout people out when we feel it's necessary, and if we shout you out, it's genuine, man. Like it really is. And
1,000,000%.
It don't cost you a dime. We love you. Just put the good stuff out there, and we'll do our best to send the good stuff your way, you know?
I'm not saying nothing after that. Cut it.